Why smart and creative people get stuck between dreams and action. Some people are constantly coming up with ideas. Today it's an app. Tomorrow it's a Telegram channel. Then YouTube, design, business, music, freelancing, or some completely new project. In their head, everything feels exciting and huge. It feels like real life is just about to begin. But the moment it's time to actually sit down and do the work, something changes. The excitement disappears. Everything suddenly feels dull, heavy, and boring. The project gets abandoned. Then a new idea shows up and brings that feeling of inspiration back again. And this cycle can go on for years. What makes it even more confusing is that other people usually see this person as talented, deep, creative, different. And honestly, they often feel that way themselves. They notice opportunities other people completely miss. But eventually a painful question appears. Why are other people slowly moving forward while I still feel like I'm waiting for my real life to start? The illusion of future greatness. One of the hardest parts of this state is feeling like you're not really living your own life yet. Routine feels like prison. Normal work feels insulting. Small steps feel beneath your potential. Deep down, there's this idea, one day I'll finally do something incredible and become who I'm supposed to be. The problem is that the person stops living in reality and starts living in anticipation of a future version of themselves. And until that great version arrives, life feels permanently postponed. That's where this comes from. Psychologists have described this type of personality for a long time. Carl Jung used the term puer aeternus, which means the eternal boy. It describes someone who struggles to accept the limits of real life. They crave freedom, inspiration, meaning, uniqueness, and instinctively avoid routine, responsibility, repetition, and slow progress. A lot of this usually starts in childhood. Mom 1. Overprotection. Some kids grow up overly protected from discomfort and difficulty. Parents solve everything for them. Remove obstacles, prevent mistakes, make decisions on their behalf. So the child unconsciously develops the expectation that life should feel smooth, interesting, and emotionally rewarding. Then adulthood arrives, and suddenly every meaningful goal requires repetition, frustration, patience, and boredom. The mind resists it immediately. 2. No structure or boundaries. Sometimes it's the opposite. No real rules, no consistency. Nobody teaching discipline, nobody making the child finish what they started. So the person never develops the ability to tolerate process. They become addicted to beginnings instead of completion. 3. The you're special identity. Some children are constantly told, you're gifted, you're different, you're smarter than everyone else, you're meant for something big. At first this sounds supportive, but sometimes it creates a dangerous belief. If I'm truly special, I shouldn't have to struggle the way ordinary people do. And then normal growth starts to feel offensive to the ego. Small progress feels humiliating. Being average at something feels unbearable. Why fantasies feel so good. There's another important piece people rarely talk about. The brain often enjoys anticipation more than the reward itself. The excitement of imagining success creates a powerful dopamine response. That's why new ideas feel addictive, planning feels productive, fantasies feel emotionally real. But once real work begins, reality shows up. Uncertainty, repetition, mistakes, slow progress, confusion, and the brain immediately says, maybe let's just dream about the next thing instead. That's how the loop forms. Idea to excitement, to reality, to boredom, to escape to new idea. The real fear. Being ordinary. A lot of people think this is laziness. Usually it's not. Very often the deeper fear is losing the image of yourself as someone with huge untapped potential. Because as long as the project stays in your imagination, you can still believe you're capable of greatness. But the moment you seriously begin, you risk discovering limitations, average results, lack of skill, slow improvement, And for some people, that feels psychologically devastating. So the mind chooses the safer option, never fully commit. That way, the fantasy survives. I just haven't truly applied myself yet. Why routine feels unbearable. A lot of people secretly want life to feel like the highlight reel of a movie. Freedom, meaning, intensity, recognition. Beautiful moments all the time. But real life doesn't work like that. Almost every meaningful skill is mostly built from repetition, boring practice, awkward attempts. What actually helps one? Stop waiting for the perfect version of yourself. One of the biggest traps is believing you need to become disciplined, organized, confident, and ready before you begin. Usually it works the other way around. People start messy, unclear, inconsistent, distracted, and structure slowly develops through action itself, not before it. 2. Learn to finish small things. This is huge. Not giant dreams, not your life purpose, not changing the world. Small things, one finished video, one completed text, 1 week of consistency, one client, one project done all the way through. Your brain needs proof that you can complete things, not just imagine them. 3. Stop building your identity around future success. Your value is not waiting somewhere in the future. Otherwise, life becomes a constant psychological delay. The real me will finally begin later, but life is happening right now. Not after the breakthrough, not after the perfect transformation, not after you finally become extraordinary. Now. The strange truth about growing up. Real maturity doesn't begin when someone becomes serious or hyperproductive. It begins when they stop waiting for a special destiny and start doing ordinary things consistently, quietly, repeatedly, without needing everything to feel magical. And ironically, that's usually the moment people finally begin building something meaningful. Because real life is not built on constant inspiration. It's built on the ability to stay present even after the excitement fades,